of you joining for the first time. Great to see lots of new names. Welcome back, Sean, so you can join us in the Zoom room. Welcome, Shneha. Welcome, Sapna. We have somebody called My Dream Filmmaking, maybe somebody who wants to be a film director. That's great. Divya, you can join us in the Zoom room as well. You can join Sean, Ihab, and I. Hi, Sean. Welcome to today's class. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Good. Have you had a good day today?
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes,
It's not very bright behind me today, but it's still a lovely day. How has your day been?
Good day, ma'am.
Good. But I know lots of you in lockdown now. Bipul's just joined. Good evening, Bipul. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. Sean, did anything good happen to you today?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. Do you have anything you'd like to share?
I'm not. It's coronavirus situation difficulties, ma'am. Difficulties.
Yeah, of course, it's a very difficult
India,
situation.
Mumbai.
Yeah.
Lockdown 1 month, ma'am.
Yeah. It was what? Okay. Wow.
1 more month.
1 more month. It's difficult. Yeah. So I think the best way is to plan your month so you know that you've got things to look forward to, things that you know will happen, so that maybe you can have learning goals for yourself. So lots of you, well, all of you are joining here because you want to learn English. So maybe if you set a learning goal for yourself by the end of the month to keep yourself occupied, to keep yourself busy. So maybe that could be a learning goal, for example, like by the end of the month, I will understand how to use this grammar phrase, or I will understand how to
Ma'am, 82.
Yeah.
Age 80 to 45 age vaccination.
Sorry, repeat that, Sean.
80 to 45 age people vaccination in India.
18 to 45.
Yeah, 18 to,
Yes,
18 plus
vaccination. All
18
people.
plus vaccination start in India.
Okay, wow.
No, in India.
Okay, that's excellent. That's very good. In most countries, people who are that young in their 40s haven't mostly got the chance to vaccinate. So that's very good to hear. So hopefully the vaccines will provide a solution out of it. Yeah, so that's positive news. I'm glad to hear that. So I was watching.
Ma'am, we live in India. Where are you from? Yeah, we live in India. Where are you from?
I'm from, so welcome Umesh. I'm from England, but I'm in South Africa right now.
Okay.
So in South Africa, we have had lockdown, but we're not in lockdown right now. We might be in lockdown in a couple of months. At the moment, the cases are low enough. We have somebody called Mathan Raj in the chat who says, tomorrow I have an interview on sales engineer profile. What are the roles and responsibilities of sales engineer? So I'm sure somebody might be able to. So good luck, Mathan Raj. If anyone can help him in the chat, if anyone knows anything about being a sales engineer, I unfortunately don't know a lot about that. But we wish you all good luck.
In which company?
He doesn't say. But if he has more information, you can, if you're interested, you can check the chat if you want to help
Okay,
him.
okay.
So Lakshmi's joined. Welcome, Lakshmi. I'll send you the invite. And Priyash.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, who's that? Is that Priyash? Hi.
Fine.
How are you? I
How
can
are
see
you,
you're
ma'am?
outside.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fine, fine, ma'am.
Good. I can see you've got a lovely view outside, which is nice. It's
Okay, ma'am.
you're lucky to be able to go
Ma'am,
outside.
ma'am, I am Gujarati.
Ah, okay. Lovely. I've never been to any part of
I
India,
live
but
I live in Union Territory,
okay.
Daman
Okay.
and Diu.
Pardon?
Daman and Diu. I live in Daman and Diu.
Okay. Wow. Is it, are you
Ma'am,
in the
my
countryside?
ma'am, my English is very poor.
No, it's good. It's good. You're communicating well. I can see lots of
I
trees behind.
ma'am,
Mm-hmm. Do you have a question? Do you have a question, Priyash? So Priyash, I can see lots of trees behind you. Is it the countryside there? Okay, I think the internet, we lost Priyash. Hopefully he'll connect again. Welcome, Meena. I can see that you've changed your name. So Kushbu, we're doing immersion English, only English in today's class to help challenge you to practice understanding as if you're really in the situation where you can only speak English. So use as much as you know and try to understand as much as you can. But if you have questions, you can ask in the chat. Mathan Raj says to talk in English, thinking in English is important. Yeah, to speak in any language, you need to understand the grammar rules of that language. That's the logic of that language. Once you understand that, then it's about
hello,
practicing.
ma'am.
Hi, welcome back, Priyash. Sorry we lost you.
Ma'am,
So are you in? Mm-hmm.
are you speak Hindi, ma'am?
No, unfortunately, I can't. I would love to.
What, ma'am?
It's one of the, I can't. It's one of the languages I'd like to learn. At the moment, I'm focusing on learning French.
Okay, ma'am. My English is very poor. I learn English.
So today's class
I want to
will be
learn English.
Great. So we have quizzes today. So that will test some questions and hopefully.
Ma'am, I want a personal tutorial for learning English.
Okay. So at the moment, I don't do personal tutorials. I know other teachers do, but you can find out about people's individual schedules when they're available on the app. When I put up my times, when I have time to give.
Ma'am, I don't understand. You speak.
So on the app, you can find people who will teach individually.
I learn only basic English.
Okay. So we will have questions today. I will ask you questions. And then that will test your knowledge. That will help you practice.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so let's see who else is joining. Shailesh says, follow me if you're from MH. Yeah. So you can follow other people from similar areas, maybe create your own groups to practice with each other. Vipul says, how can I improve incorrect English language? So for accuracy, it's all about understanding the grammar, using it correctly. for fluency, it's about practicing. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect. So Pratik says, how to gain fluency? Practicing, practice talking. Right now you're writing questions. That's part of fluency, being able to write and understand quickly. Okay, so let's start today's quiz and have a look at the questions we're going to go through. So I see Mina's joined. Welcome, Mina. And who else do we have? Welcome, Bipul. Welcome, Ehab. So lots of you joining today. So if you have any questions, let me know as we go through today's quiz. So we're going to look at how to use the word wish, but we're going to start by learning a little bit about that phrase and how to use it. So before we do, let's look at some writing. And these phrases of wish are in there. So see if you can spot those. See if you can find those.
Wow.
Okay. So have a look at this. This is me and another teacher who also teaches English. And we are talking about our experience of living in different countries. So, well, I'm going to read it and I want you to see if you can spot the phrases which have the word wish in. Okay. So let's go through what I say first. So these are the phrases we're going to learn how to use. Okay, welcome Danish, welcome to Days. Okay. Sunny, it can get very windy though. I wish it wasn't, because then the weather would be perfect. One bad thing is the corruption. I wish the government would deal with it. They don't do enough. England is much safer than South Africa. I love the education and the healthcare systems. There are also very beautiful places, but I wish it did not rain so much in the north. You can't spend much time outdoors. I also wish the government would solve the air pollution problem. It's really bad in a lot of cities. So that's what I said about the two countries I've lived in. So Ty, we're doing grammar today. We're slowly going to do grammar. You'll see. Danish says practice and revise. Revision is the mother of study. Yeah, lovely phrase. Okay, so this is what my friend Aga said about her experience living in Spain and Germany. I lived in Spain and Germany. There are good and bad things about both. I enjoy living in Germany. I love the language and the food. The people are very friendly and helpful. Transport is expensive though. I wish I could travel for less money. The cities are also quite quiet. I wish German cities were more lively. I love living in Spain. The weather is great. It is easy to make friends. I wish the rent was cheaper though. It is not cheap. It can also get cold at night. I wish they had indoor heating. I wish I could live there now. So which of these sentences are about change, about wanting things to be different? So that is when we use the word wish, when we want things to be different, when we want things to be changed about something in the present, we want it to be different. So let's look at the sentences that are about change. All the sentences in bold are about change. We've used the phrase, I wish, to show we want there to be a change about something. I wish I could. I wish the government would. I wish it did not rain so much in the north.
Yeah.
I also wish
No,
the
yeah.
government would solve. Yeah, do you have a question?
Oh,
Okay, if you don't have a question, then just mute yourself. so that there isn't background noise. If you have a question, unmute yourself. Okay. So all the sentences with wish show that we want something to be different. I wish I could travel for less money. I wish German cities were more lively. It's not true now, but we want it to be different. We want the present to be different, the reality to be different. So this is when we use the phrase wish. I wish the rent was cheaper though. I wish they had indoor heating. I wish I could live there now. So we're going to look at how to use the phrase wish. There's very specific grammar for that. And we use conditionals. So with wish, we use could, we use the past simple, and we sometimes use would. So Mathan Raj says, a wish is a desire. Yeah, excellent. A wish is a desire, but it's a desire for something to be different. That's how we use it. Something in the present to be different than it is. Okay, so have a look at these sentences. These are 3 sentences from the writing you saw before. Look at the phrases in
Excuse me, ma'am.
green. Hi? Yes? Does someone have a question?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. No, ma'am. Your voice is not clear, ma'am. It's breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Okay, it's not clear. You
And
can't hear me properly.
video also going and coming. It's not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that
ma'am.
could be
Black
your
screen
internet.
is appearing, ma'am.
A black screen. Okay, so I will reshare.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if that works. So hopefully that should help. Is that a bit better now?
Okay, now visible.
Okay, good. So hopefully these are sentences from the previous text, the things that we looked at. So, okay. So look at the parts of the sentence in green. I wish it didn't rain so much. I wish the government would solve the air pollution problem. I wish I could live there now. So do you think these parts of the sentences are in the present, the past, or the future? What are we talking about? So can you guess in the chat for question 1? Do you think it didn't rain so much? Are we talking about the past, the present, or the future? So for number 1, what does everyone think? Let me know in the chat.
One is past, ma'am.
Pardon? So who was that guessing?
First one is past tense. Yeah, first one is
past
tense, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we have 2
present.
people.
First one is present.
Okay, so who's talking? We've got Divya. Who else is talking?
Yeah.
Umesh. Okay, so one at a time. Who wants to guess first? So Umesh, have a go. What do you think for number 1? Is it the past, the present, or the future? Okay.
Present, ma'am.
The present. Excellent. Yeah, you're right. So we're talking about the present. We're using a past verb. So it didn't. That's in the past. The word is in the past, but we're using it to talk about the present. That's why it gets a bit confusing. So we're going to explain this. So I wish it didn't rain so much now. That's what we're talking about. I wish it didn't rain so much now. Excellent. So well done. It's the present. I could have easily said, I wish it didn't rain so much now. It still has the same meaning if I said that. Well done, Umesh. Okay, number 2. I wish the government would solve the air pollution problem. I wish the
ma'am.
government would.
Future.
Excellent. Well done. So we're talking about the future or the present. You want them to change it right now or in the future. So it could be the present and the future. Excellent. Well done. So the confusing thing is we are using words from the past. So in the past tense, didn't. It's a past tense word. But we're using it to talk about the present. And in the second sentence, would is also for the past tense, but we're using it to talk about the present or the future. Excellent. Well done, Pratik. Padma, lots of you getting it right. Yeah, so Pratik didn't. It's a past tense word, but the whole sentence has the meaning to talk about the present. That is what we're going to look at today, because this is where it gets confusing. Okay, well done everyone so far. What about the third one?
We have talked, I'm talking about number one sentence. We have talked about past. So how could this sentence in present?
So Umesh, I can't quite hear you. It's crackling. The sound isn't very good. Can you repeat it?
Actually, I'm talking about sentence number one. Sentence number one. We are talking about that it should have it didn't rain. So that means this incident was in past. So how can how this sentence in present tense?
Okay, so I can't quite hear you. I will explain. But Umesh, you've joined on 2 accounts. If you remove one, it might help. Also, if you turn your camera off, the connection might be better. Okay, so we're saying I wish now. It's raining a lot now. This is the situation. It rains all the time. Now it's happening. It rains all the time here. Now it's raining. I know in the future it will rain. It will rain. So we're saying I wish it didn't rain here so much. Now, we're not talking about the past because we can't change. We're not talking about being able to change the past. We're saying right now, I wish it didn't rain. We're talking in general. So you can say that it's a general sentence. I wish it didn't rain in the past, in the present, and the future. But we're mostly using it to talk about now, in the present.
Okay.
So we'll look at that. We're going to learn through this lesson why we use the past word, the past form, and what it means. So we'll go through these more. These are to give you examples. So we'll do lots of practice today. So the third sentence, I wish I could live there now. That I could live there now. Are we talking about the past, the present, or the future? Can you guess in the chat? Is anyone in the Zoom room?
Past.
I wish I could live there now. Now always tells us it's the present. Now is about the present. Now is the immediate present. So it's right now, the immediate present.
Yeah.
So now means this moment. So this moment, I want to live there now. So we're talking about the present. That's what we're talking about. So the meaning of that sentence is, it's like saying, I want to live there now. Or we could also say, I want to be living there now. That's the meaning. I wish I could live there now is like saying I want to live there now, or I want to be living there now. So the meaning is all about the present. So Pratik says, I have confusion in the first sentence. Why didn't will come? Because we don't want the rain to come. We want it to stop. So the first sentence, it's like saying, I want the rain to stop. Or I want it to stop raining all the time. All the time. So if we were to say, I wish and we wanted it to rain, we wouldn't use will because we don't use that with wish. With wish, we use a past verb. So if we wanted it to rain, the opposite of that sentence would be to say, I wish it would rain now. So we'll look into that. So let's look at more examples. Excellent. Lots of you got it right. I want to go there now. Excellent, Shan. Yeah, that's exactly the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so let's have a look at more examples. Okay, so the green part of all these sentences, it all refers or talks about the present, but it's not a real present. So we say the green part is an unreal present. An unreal present. It isn't happening right now, but we want it to. So all these things are used to talk about the present, all the sentences in green. So Sawa will look at more examples. This is to introduce the idea. And then I'll start explaining it. So each part of the sentence in green is an unreal present. It's not really happening. The rain is happening. It's not stopped raining, but we want it to. The government isn't solving the air pollution problem, but we want it to. We're not living there now, but we want to. Yeah?
could could का यूज कहाँ करेंगे could का
Pardon?
where are you used in could
So we're going to look
Yeah.
at could. We're going to come to that, Umesh. So we'll come to that. We'll look at lots of examples. So we're talking about the present, but it's not a real present. I could live there now, but we're not living there now. So it's unreal. It isn't happening now, but we want it to. So we would like all these things to be happening. Okay. So to help you understand the meaning of each sentence, can you match the meanings? So we have, I wish it didn't rain so much. Is that A, B, or C? So A says what you want someone else to do now or in the future. B says what you want to do now. Or C shows how you want a present situation to be different.
C.
So 1. Excellent. I don't know who that was, but somebody got that right. 1 to C. Excellent. Yeah, we're showing how we want a present situation to be different. Excellent. Well done. What about number 2? Can anyone guess? Is it what you want to do now, or is it what you want someone else to do now or in the future?
Yeah, A.
A.
Excellent. Well done. So it's what we want somebody else to do. And I wish I could live there now. It's what we want to do. Excellent. Well done. So that's the meaning of the sentences. Okay. So let's do some practice about thinking about wishing. Okay. So I wish, does it mean I strongly hope? Is that true or false? So in the chat, true.
I think it's true.
T, false equals F. Yeah, somebody said it's true. Definitely.
Yeah.
You're right. I wish does mean I strongly hope. Okay, what about number 2? So we have here, I wish I could live there now. So the underlined sentence above, this one, is about the real situation now. Real situation now.
Yes,
Is that
it's also
true?
true.
Is it?
It's also true.
Do I live in that place that I want to live now?
Mm.
If I said I want to live in Hawaii, I wish I could live in Hawaii. Do I live there now? Is that real?
No,
Jerry, it's
it's not real.
Yeah, it's not real. Excellent. So this is false. Okay. So the underlined sentence is the opposite of reality now. Is that true or false? So excellent, Pratik. Well done. Excellent, Madam. So the underlined sentence is the opposite.
False, ma'am.
True.
So
no, it's
the
true.
opposite of
It's
reality.
true.
Excellent.
It's
It's
true.
Yeah, because we only wish for things that aren't happening now. If it was happening, then we wouldn't need to wish about anything
No.
because we would be happy with what was happening in our life. So we wouldn't want anything to change. Excellent. Well done. Okay, the 4th sentence. We use wish to talk about the things we want to change. Is that true or false?
True.
Excellent. Well done. It's true. Well done. So you're starting to think about how to use wish in the correct way. Excellent. Lots of correct answers. Excellent, Danish. Well done. Okay. Well done, Pratik. Okay. So let's think a little bit more in detail about how to use these. So we use the past tense to talk about the present, to show that it is an imaginary present that we want to be true. So we're using these past tense words. Could is in the past tense, would is in the past tense, didn't. So we looked at didn't before. So didn't is the past tense, could and would. These are all in the past tense. But we use the past tense to show that we're talking about something imaginary. It's not really happening. That is why we wish for it, because it isn't our reality. So to show it's not our reality, to show that there's a difference between the present and what we would like to happen, or that what we want to happen, we use a different tense. Because if we use the present tense, it might seem like it was actually happening. So this is why we use past tense words. They help us understand that there is a gap between the reality and what we want. Okay, so this is how we form sentences with wish. These are the rules. So we use wish to say things we want to change, but are impossible or unlikely or difficult to change. So there are 3 options to use wish. You can have I wish with the subject and the past simple. I wish it didn't rain so much. That means I want the reality of constant rain to be different. We want it to stop raining all the time. We want it to stop raining all the time. So that's the past simple. I wish it didn't rain so much. I wish I ate healthier. I wish I had a nice car. So we're using the past simple. So not I wish I have a nice car. I wish I had a nice car. So we need the past. So does anyone want to try to do or write a sentence with an example of the first type of wish using the past simple? So it could be, I wish I had a nice car. I wish the pandemic was over. So we need the past simple. So these are all examples. I wish I ate healthier. I wish the... Hi Babu, welcome. Hi Gulesha, I know lots of you joining. So if you want to try in the chat to write a past sentence. I wish I ate healthier. I wish the pandemic was over.
I wish
So we're
I
using it.
sang songs.
Pardon? Can you repeat that?
I wish I sang songs.
I wish I sang
I
songs.
wish I sang songs. I sang, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I sang songs, or I wish I could sing songs. So when we're talking about something that you aren't able to do, the better use is to use could. So that's when you could use could. So we're showing that you're not to go to temple because of the pandemic. You're not able to sing. You could say, I wish I could go to temple. So this is when we use what we call the bare infinitive. So the bare infinitive is the plain verb without to. So you can say, I wish I could go to temple. Or I wish I could sing songs. So we use the first one to talk about things in general. So this is number one, the first form. So used to talk about general changes that we want in our life, that we want to be different. For number two, we use it to talk about a specific change we want when we are not able to do something. Something is stopping us from doing it. So right now we're going through a pandemic. So the pandemic is stopping us from doing lots of things. So we use this to talk about wanting to change what we are prevented from doing, what we're not allowed to do, or what we can't do. So it's what we can't do. Does anyone have any questions about this? It can be quite confusing. Does anyone in the Zoom room have any questions? Okay, so we're going to look at lots of examples, so that would help. Excellent. Umesh says, I wish I had a sports car. Yeah, great. So that's a general change, something you want. Excellent, Umesh. Great sentence. I wish I could beat him. Yeah, you want to be better than somebody else. Yeah, but you're not able to. I wish everyone will get cured from this dangerous disease. So Pratik, we don't use the future. We can use the past. So we can say, I wish everyone would get cured. So this is the last type of sentence we use with wish. So this is when we use would. This is when we want somebody else to do something. So here we've said, I wish I could live there now. I wish it didn't rain so much, or I wish the pandemic was over. But when we want something else to do the change, so we're saying, I wish other people to get cured. So we say would. I wish everyone
Excuse me,
would.
ma'am.
Yeah? Yeah, you have a question?
Ma'am, I wish I could go through temple. Is it future tense or present tense, ma'am?
Say the sentence again.
I wish I could go to temple.
Mm-hmm.
Is
So
it
you're
future tense or present tense, ma'am?
it's the present, and you wish you could go there now. I wish I could go to temple means you wish you could go there now. You wish you were able to go there now. That's what you're saying. So could is a past form of.
Okay, I could means.
So when we use I wish plus could, then we're talking about the present. I wish I could meet you now, but I'm busy. I wish I could do that, but I can't. So we're talking about the present, but we're using the past form of the verb. So I wish I could go to temple. You want to go there now. Or in the future as well. So we can use it to talk about the present or the future. Yeah. So Pratik, you used will. So we don't use the future with wish. We use the past. That helps us understand that it's something we want to change. We don't like the reality, so we don't use the future or the present. We use the past. So you could say, I wish everyone would be cured of this disease. Sorry, not be. I wish everyone would
Happy.
Yeah, would have the cure for this disease. So we try not to use verbs like be with would. It's where it gets a bit difficult. But when you're talking about somebody else, you use the would. So here we want the government to do something else, not for us to do something else. So I wish the government would. They would. Something we want them to do. So would is the past form of will, but we need the past form to show that it's an imaginary sentence. Yeah, Madan, so you've got a good sentence. I wish would you break it, but you need a subject after I wish. I wish you would break it. So you need to swap the would and you. The subject becomes before the would. Pratik, if you want to use the future, this will happen, you can say, I hope. I hope everyone will get cured from this disease. So we can use hope with the future tense because we are able to talk about something that might happen. So we can use the future, but we can't use the future tense with I wish. We always use the past tense. So I hope everyone will get cured from this disease, but I wish that a cure will be made. Sorry, I wish that they will make a cure. Or sorry, I wish that they made a cure for the disease. So it gets a little complicated. I don't want to overcomplicate it today. So we're looking at how to use I wish with the past. So use I hope. I hope that everyone will get cured. I wish that everyone got cured from this disease, you can say. So let's look at more examples. Does anyone have any questions? So Madan says, I wish I heard the news. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we'll come back to this. It's a bit of a difficult rule. So let's look at lots of examples now. This will help you think how to use it. So we're going to do a quiz with sentences. And you can practice using some of the things we thought about. Okay. So, I wish they keep the noise down next door. So what do you think? Is it would or could? Does anyone want
Hello,
to
ma'am,
guess?
can you minimize the size
Minimize it, make
your
it smaller,
screen?
or make it bigger?
Minimize the size of
Now
the
it is
screen
correct.
because
Okay, I can make it smaller by doing that. What do you think? Does that help?
Could, ma'am. Could. Second one, could.
now
So
better.
remember when we talk about somebody else doing something, we need to use would. So we use would here. I wish they would keep the noise down next door. So we want somebody else to do it. So we have to use would. I wish they would. I wish the government would. I wish he would. I wish she would. Okay. So let's have a look at another one. I wish I that yesterday. What do you think? Didn't say or hadn't said? This is where it can get confusing.
First one, ma'am. Didn't say.
Didn't say. I didn't say.
Had not say.
I wish I didn't say that yesterday. I wish I hadn't said that yesterday. So we need hadn't said because we need the past.
Hadn't said.
Yeah, but we could also sort of use I wish I didn't say that yesterday because we have the past form of didn't. So that's where we're using it as a helping verb. So didn't say, hadn't said. So here both could be used. Both could be used. Okay, let's have a look at another one. I wish I the time to go next week.
Had.
Have.
Excellent. Well done. Yeah, we need the past. I wish I had the time to go next week. So we're talking about the future, but we have to use the past because it's imaginary, because we don't have the time. Excellent. Well done. Let's have a look at another one. I wish the manager. I wish the manager.
Third one.
So this is a, yeah, excellent. The third one. This is a difficult one because we haven't looked at it in this form. I wish to see the manager. We're saying something that we want to happen. This is the only time we would really use I wish plus to. I wish to see the manager. We're using it in a different way than we've seen it before when we want to change something. So we're not using it to talk about change here. It's a way of formally express we are asking to see the manager. So we're not using wish in the way that we've seen it already to talk about change. That's why the use is different here. So it's always about why we are using the phrase. That's when we have to think about when to use the grammar. That is why we don't have to follow the rules that we've seen already, because we're not talking about change. So we're not talking about an imaginary present, about something that isn't happening, but we want to. It's a bit different. Okay. He wished he it yesterday. He wished he. So this again is a bit different. We're not talking about he wishes in the present. We're using wish in the past. So this is a bit tricky. Does anyone want to see if they can guess this? Excellent. Lots of you got to see. Well done. Well done, Alia.
Second one, ma'am.
Yeah, excellent. Well done. Yeah, excellent. That's very impressive that you got that. Yeah, so it's a bit different here. Hadn't forgotten. He wish he hadn't forgotten it yesterday. So this is when we're talking about the past. We're actually talking about the past now. He wished he hadn't forgotten it yesterday. So we can't just use this past form, didn't forget. We need to move it 1 tense more into the past to use the wish. So we're already in the past. Hadn't forgotten is further in the past. So well done. So it gets very complicated. There's lots that we can talk about. But this is an introduction into using these words. Okay. I wish but I was so busy that I didn't have the time. So again, this is difficult because we're not using it to talk about.
First one, man, could have help.
Could have help.
Excellent. Well done. Yeah. Excellent. So I wish I could have helped, because again, we're talking about something that happened in the past that we want to change. I wish I could have helped, but I was so busy that I didn't have the time. So again, we're moving it 1 tense into the past. This is why in both these examples, we've used the have form. Okay. Let's have a look at simpler ones that are more about the rules that we've learned. So these are all based on the rules that we've learned about wish now in the present, things that we wish in the present. So have a look. I wish my job. You have to use quit in the sentence. I really wish people stop complaining about it.
I didn't quit.
Anyone want to guess the first one?
I didn't quit.
I would quit my job.
So we don't use would when we talk about I. We only use would for somebody else. I wish I. So we don't use would. Excellent. Well done. I wish I could quit my job. Could. So when we talk about to be able to do something, we wish we were able to do something. Then we say, I wish I could. I wish I was able to quit my job. The meaning is the exact same. So we can say, I wish I was able to quit my job. That's the exact same meaning. So there we've just put it in the past simple tense. I was. I wish I was. But then after we've had one verb, we don't need the next to be in the past. Was able. We can add the infinitive form or the present form. Okay. What about number 2? I really wish people, we need to use stop, complaining about it. What do we use when we're talking for other people? Does anyone want to guess for number 2? Would. Yeah. I wish people about it. I wish people would stop complaining about it. So number 3, I wish there more people like her. I wish there more people like her. Does anyone have a guess? So we can use to be in the past.